What is up, you guys? It is me, Tenshi, and welcome to Anime Studio Simulator. So, we're going off from where we left off the last time, and honestly, I am thinking I'm getting pretty bad right now. But we'll try, and hopefully everything works out the way I want it to. So, other than that, let's try this. So, let's get into this. I remember one anime that had this cool alternate reality game with clues all across the internet, and when players finally found the last clue, it ended on a cliffhanger leading into the show. Don't forget, we don't have a budget like those companies have. We're lucky enough to have the investments funds Yukari worked hard to get. We can't squander that money until we have enough of cash flow to survive. Right? We're working for free, remember? That's not something easy to forget. Could we do any sort of pre-release marketing without spending money? What about social networks? Do we have those? Not yet, but I can create pages for Dark World and start some guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing? Low-cost, unconventional marketing, like a viral campaign. It will take time and ingenuity, but not cost us money. I'm not sure if it'll work, but it's worth a try. Seems interesting. Let's let Shunsuke try his guerrilla whatever it is. We already have a lot to do already. Pre-release marketing was never in our plans, and we're up against a deadline. Are you sure it's okay to take on even more work? What do you think, Yukari? It's a tricky decision. Yukari thinks through the argument each of her team members made and weighs the pros and cons of each option. She doesn't want anything to go wrong with Dark World. Sorry, Shunsuke, but I agree with Mayumi. We've already got a lot on our plate, and we don't want to cause feature creep for Dark World. On Friday afternoon, Yukari meets up with Mayumi to do some research for Dark World. The two of them head over the nearest anime store. I can't imagine a better place to learn about the current anime trends than anime. Her attention is quickly drawn to a display case full of chibi figurines modeled after the main characters of a popular anime. Look at these. Imagine if Dark World got to be big enough to have a toy line. Is that what you're thinking, Yukari? Ooh, this one is posable. Yukari? Some of them come with props. Are you sure this is a research? Of course, it's all for the sake of Dark World. For the sake of Dark World, Yukari decides to buy two of the figures. After a moment, she picks up a third. Let's check out the manga section. The manga shelves are packed with the latest issues, and she picks up a couple to add to her pile. Another display of merchandise catches her eye, and she rushes over to it. This place is incredible. Yukari, what does this have to do with research? Research? We're here to research for Dark World, remember? Oh, right. Oops. There's nothing wrong with a little fun, right? We can have fun and do research at the same time. Oh dear, don't get too distracted, okay? Good point. We need to stop shopping and start studying. What types of shows have the biggest displays? Which get the most merchandise? What are other customers buying? Several customers are shopping, so they observe their purchases. Then they browse the anime section. Some shows definitely have more space devoted to them. Yukari looks at it all with a critical eye and determines the latest trends. The current craze is mecha. That could be a problem since the scenario of Dark World doesn't really have a place for mecha, but maybe they can work something out. Do you think we have enough information, Mayumi? No reply comes. She looks around. She's alone in the aisle. Mayumi? Puzzled, she leaves the anime section and finds her friend browsing the collection of anime music. Her arms are already loaded with CDs. Look, they have the original soundtracks from all my favorite shows. Now who's getting distracted? Oops. Well, it's still research because the music will inspire me. Yukari nods. That's a good point. And while they're at it, there's a recent anime she's been meaning to check out, which will surely inspire her research. They end the day with a little bit of information and a lot of merchandise. As they head home, it occurs to Yukari that maybe she shouldn't take money with her the next time she conducts research. Probably. It's time for the weekly dinner gathering again. Yukari meets up with her friends at the restaurant. Have we gotten any additional investors yet? No, I haven't been looking around because we don't have much of a product to pitch to them. It was hard enough the first time. We need to focus on creating Dark World first. Right now, I think raising additional funds is more important. Running out of money halfway through the project would be a nightmare. A goodbye Dark World sort of nightmare. and we don't want to wait too long. It's hard to get investors even interested in an idea. We tried so many times before with any luck. But don't worry, if we start now and cast our net as wide as possible, we can complete Dark World with a comfortable budget. After listening to them, Yukari understands how important it is to get more funding. While they do need a solid product to attract investors with, money won't come to them on its own. Waiting for something to happen accomplishes nothing. You're right, I'm sorry, I didn't realize it before. Unfortunately, that means it's time for her least favorite part of the job. Next week, I'll start sending out those dreadful proposals and try to set up meetings and potential investors. Ugh. Writing the proposals is boring, and meeting with investors is even worse. You don't have to sound so gloomy about it. Want to trade places? Not a chance. I have enough on my plate as it is. Oh, then I'll have your dessert. Wait, what? No. But you said... While they argue, Yuko rolls her eyes and turns to Yukari. Good luck. Remember, even though we can't go with you, you have our support. We're here for you. We'll help with any problems that come up. He glances at Sumiko and Mayumi, who continue to argue over Sumiko's dessert. I'm sure they agree. Yukari laughs, as crazy as her friends can be. Just having them nearby makes her feel better. Thanks, you guys. You guys are the best. Alright. When the weekend comes, Yukari decides to spend time with her friends to relax before a tough week ahead. She calls up probably Shunsuke. She has her doubts about how good of company he'll be, and when they meet up, she can tell he has similar doubts about her. After a few awkward moments, he suggests a game of chess and offers to teach her when she admits she's never played. Though Shunsuke seems to be reserved, he slowly opens up as he teaches Yukari how to play chess. They spend the rest of the day discussing about their school life while playing. Alright, so the art design, music is going pretty damn well, actually. Alright, so my shit is pretty up high. I'm gonna be fucking really badly stressed in my happiness. Or I think the higher it is, I think it's the better, I think. So let's raise some funds. Have you two girls relax a bit, I think, anyways. Okay, so we'll do something like this. I want to waste $20 on this. Alright, I'm done because I'm spending way too much money now. Are you finished with the character designs yet? Not yet, only the designs for the main cast is complete. I'm still working on the side characters. I can't seem to get them right. I feel like I'm in a creative block right now. You'll be fine. You're a really talented artist to begin with. Those views and likes on your artwork show the truth. That's only because I got lucky. Not true. Take it from me. Did you know I was already a big fan of your art before we met? I loved it for a long time. Yuko slumps and stares down at her hands. What's wrong? That was a compliment. You liked my art before we met? Yeah, I couldn't believe it when Mayumi said you went to our school. I wish I knew sooner. Oh, for some reason this seems to depress her further. Did I say something wrong? No, never mind. What about the proposals to pitch to the investors? How are they going? Her attempt to change the subject is obvious, but Yukari decides to go along with it. If Yuko doesn't want to talk about what's bothering her, that's her business. I wrote a few proposals on the weekend. Finding suitable investors was already challenging enough. I'll send them out later today. Let's hope my mailbox doesn't remain a ghost town. Her stomach tightens. If none of the investors are interested, it could be disastrous. Still, there's no sense in worrying about it, especially when there's more work to be done. She leaves Yuko's desk and approaches Shunsuke, who is writing furiously. He stops and looks up. Yes? How's it going? Good. I'm finishing up the script for the pilot episode. Do you want to read it? Not right now. Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. What is it? Do you think we can add Mecha to the scenario? His head snaps toward her and he stares as if he's never seen anything like her before. He stares for a long time, his mouth moves and nothing comes out. When he finally speaks, his tone is bewildered. Did you say mecha? Mecha battles are really popular with anime fans right now. People will go crazy if they hear Dark World is a new mecha show. Except Dark World is not a mecha show at all. You read the scenario. Where could we possibly add mecha? Maybe some of the conspirators are trying to build. No. But we can't chase every trend, Yukari. Shoehorning and mecha will only hurt Dark World. Trust me. Alright, if you say so. She isn't wholly satisfied with his answer, but she can't micromanage every aspect of the anime. She heads back to her desk and starts working. When a piece of anime news catches her eye, a recent anime released by one of the big shot studios appears to be going viral, possibly due to its unique premise. Maybe I should reach out to some of the staff there to get some guidance on how to run my anime studio. Right now I feel like headless chickens trying to cross the road. Staff members is surprised to hear from Yukari, but not displeased. They give her some tips that'll be essential in the future. This is taking forever. I wish I could write a generic email and send it to all the investors instead of writing personalized ones. But everyone says generic emails are often ignored, while personalized emails have a better chance of catching their interest. That greater chance is what we need right now, so I shouldn't complain, I guess. It's so boring, though. I'll try calling some of them up instead. She picks up her cell phone and dials the number for one of the potential investors. It rings and then... Thank you for calling Matsuda. Our office hours are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on weekdays and from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. Our offices are closed on Sunday for general inquiries. Please press 1 for support issues and please press 2. Stupid automated software. The recorded voice lists several other options, none of which are any help to Yukari. To speak with a customer service representative, please press 0 or remain on the line. She glares at the phone and hits 0. It rings again and the bot's voice returns. Please hold as all our customer service operators are currently unavailable. Now, for all you youngins out there, that is a pain in the ass to deal with when you guys become older. Trust me. You guys will love that sound. High-pitched somber chorus fill the line. Great, now I have to listen to some weird music. Oh yeah. The music continues until Yukari worries she might fall asleep, and then the line finally comes to life with a human voice. Hello, thank you for calling. How may I help you? Yukari gives the operator a simple pitch, describing the basics of Dark World in the hopes she'll transfer the call to someone higher up. If she goes into too much detail about the conspiracy, it will get complicated, so she focuses on the main character's struggle and the action scenes. Dark World sounds fantastic. How can we get in touch with you? Yukari quickly gives the operator her contact details. Is there anything else I can help you with? No, thank you. Alright, have a wonderful day. We'll get back to you soon. Yukari hangs up on the phone and sighs. They'll get back to her, sure. More likely, she failed her pitch once again and will never hear from them. Why can't they just tell me they're not interested instead of leaving me hanging? Yukari rubs her head. The pressure and stress is starting to get to her. She looks around the studio. Everyone else is hard at work. As much as she wants to complain to them about what happens, she knows it's better if she doesn't distract them. I wonder what all the commotion is about. She squeezes through the crowd and reaches the arcade. They're holding a dance revolution competition. Wow, those people warming up are really good. Wait a minute, isn't that the ultra rare Biku figurine and it's only fourth prize? Oh shit. It looks like registration is still open. She hasn't played in a long time, and she knows she doesn't stand a chance against the major competitors. Fourth place, though, might be feasible. Yukari enters the competition. Oh gosh, I haven't played this in forever. What was I thinking? Forget fourth place, I guess I'll have to settle for being the comic relief. The next day, Yukari can't help but worry about Sumiko. She doesn't look well. She keeps coughing and works on her art, half slumped in her chair. When she looks up, her eyes are dull. Yukari looks around. Mayumi intently sorts through the huge mountain of project files for Dark World. Shunsuke is developing the script further. Yuko sits at her desk working on designs for the side characters. Perhaps they didn't notice yet, or it could just be Yukari's imagination. Sumiko, are you getting sick? You look like you should see a doctor. I'm fine. What makes you think I'm sick? Cough, cough. Your body is honest, at least. We can't have you falling sick right now when we have so much work to do. I'll take you to the doctor. But what about my work? We only have a few backgrounds complete. Losing some progress now is better than coming down with a serious illness that can jeopardize the whole project. Yes, ma'am. Yukari takes Yumiko to see a doctor she is indeed sick. She'll be recuperating at home for the rest of the week and won't be able to work on Dark World. Oni-san, would you like some cake? What's this? Are you sharing your birthday cake with us? The little girl nods. Mommy says it's a good to share. Aw, how cute. We'd love to have some, and happy birthday. Did you make a birthday wish? I wish for everyone to be happy. If Mayumi was here, I think she'd faint to hear a little kid say that. I think we should give her a birthday present. Sumiko gives the girl a set of animal stickers she got at Bazaar. Go with that. Thanks, Oni-san. I love teddy bears. You're so cute. I'd shower you with gifts if I had more. Mommy and Daddy are calling. Bye-bye. Here's a script for the pilot episode. We can get started with the episode storyboard soon, too. Let me know what you think. It takes Yukari a moment to realize he's speaking to her. What? Oh, right, the script for episode 1. I'll take a look at it later. Who's working on the storyboard? Me? If not you, who else? You're the one in charge, so you have the clearest picture of what Dark World should be like. Yes, you're right. Why did I even ask that question? Yukari rubs her head. She feels like she's going to explode any minute now. She should tell the others her concerns about funding. Might as well. Hey, can I talk to everyone for a minute? The others look up from their work. What's wrong? I'm worried about the funding. I haven't found any more investors. No one seems interested. That's not good. I know. What are we going to do? Maybe we could have a bake sale. A bake sale? How will we find time for baking? Oh, right. If we find people on the committee who are interested, they might help fund us. Yes, they won't be able to give us much as investors, but if we get enough people interested, it would really help. That will also take time, though. Still, it's a possibility. Thanks, guys. Even though they didn't come to an answer, Yukari feels better just from talking about it. Between the four of them, maybe they can find a solution. A few hours later in the studio. Hey everyone, Sumiko still needs more rest. She won't be able to meet with us tonight for dinner. Oh, that's too bad. She must really be sick. Yes, it was difficult to get her to realize it, but I think I made her understand she needs time to recover. For the first time, Yukari feels stressed, not happy when she goes to the restaurant with her friends. Looks like we're in a pretty tough spot now that Sumiko is ill. Yuko, can you cover for your sister until she's back so we don't fall too far behind? If we don't meet the deadline the adventure's set for Dark World, it's all over. Ugh. I'll work twice as hard to cover for her. I feel bad for her. Sumiko was excited for Dark World. She talked to me about her ideas all the time, even when we were back at home. I hope she listened to my advice about resting and isn't secretly doing work now. Sumiko's art is only one of the issues that we have to worry about. We still don't have enough funding to finish Dark World, and according to Mayumi, we're currently behind schedule. I wonder if we'll get everything sorted out. Right now, it doesn't seem likely. A cold pit has formed in her stomach. Even the tempura no longer tastes good. We'll try our best. Don't be pessimistic. What if our best isn't good enough? Are you feeling overworked? If you're stressed, you can always talk to us. I could take on some more of the workload, and I'm sure Mayumi could too. Of course, just tell us what you need. I'm fine. I'm kind of worried about you. The past few days you seem very busy and frustrated. Don't worry about me. I can cope with my workload, and I'm not too stressed out. After all, it's my role to take care of all these responsibilities. She looks down at her food to avoid Shunsuke's gaze. He might realize she's lying. As she eats though, she wonders if he's right. Maybe she does need to talk to someone about her worries. After everyone finishes dinner, Yukari glances at Mayumi. When dinner ends, everyone says their farewells and begins to leave. Yukari catches Mayumi's arms before she can go out the door. Mind if we talk for a minute? Not at all. What's up? Yukari waits a moment to make sure the others get far enough away so they won't overhear or double back for something. I'm really starting to worry about this. I'm not sure we can complete Dark World. Of course we can't. Just because we've had a few setbacks doesn't mean there's no hope. But the deadline is approaching and we're falling behind. This is my dream. It's hard to watch my dream crumble to dust. It's not crumbling. Everything will be fine. You'll see. I hope you're right. Have a little faith in my predictions. Have I ever been wrong? Okay, thanks, Mayumi. Talking to you always makes me feel better. At last, the weekend arrives. Yukari debates about how she should spend it. Yukari spends the weekend binge watching her favorite anime series to relax. Yeah, cause might as well. Shit, I'm back at 12. This is not good, you guys. So storyboard is going pretty damn well. The story is going pretty well. Okay, let's see. Okay, a lot of them are pretty happy right now. Shunsuke's pretty pissed right now. So let's do this. So Shunsuke, you're gonna relax. You're not too stressed, so we're gonna have to compose some music. I need to raise money. It's gonna fucking get her stressed again, but she needs it. Happiness, stress. Okay, so you girls are gonna be doing a lot of these. There. Enough money to outsource animation work. This is a huge problem. It should stall the entire project. And according to our current schedule, we need to hire animators within the next 2 weeks or we won't make it in time. Not to mention our art assets were delayed when Sumiko fell sick. Maybe we should hire freelancers so we can complete it on time. It'll be a hassle, but it'll be worth it. I'll look online for new investors too. I'm sorry, this is all my fault. If I'd taken better care of my health, I wouldn't have gone sick and we wouldn't be in this situation. With a gloomy look on her face, Sumiko apologized repeatedly to Yukari and Mayumi until Shunsuke interrupts her. It's not your fault, Sumiko. You were only trying to work hard on Dark World. Maybe we share the blame for not noticing you were overworked. We're all responsible for the current situation, so don't be too hard on yourself. Pessimism will be our undoing. We should focus on what we can do now, not what we can't. I agree. Worrying all day won't accomplish anything. Let's get some work Despite Yukari and Shusuke's words, tension lingers in the air. No matter what they say, the problem remains. She rubs her head. If they don't relax, it will start to affect their work. Then they'll have an even bigger problem. There must be a way to put them at ease. Yukari thinks about it and decides to focus on. I want to cheer everybody up, but I gotta raise one. Funding will solve their problem quicker than anything else. Yukari spends the rest of the day trying to contact investors to pitch Dark World to them and hopefully raise additional funds. Shusuke's in deep thought as he walks to the meeting with the advertising company. He doesn't even notice the stranger near him on the street until the man bumps into him. Watch where you're going. Stranger rushes past without a word. Huh? Someone's in a hurry. Help, that man stole my purse. Wait a second, where's my phone? No way I'm letting him get away like that. Shusuke dashes after the thief. Although man is fast, Shusuke is fast. The distance between them shrinks and finally tackles him to the ground. You're not getting away. He pins the man until the woman gets in touch with the authorities. Once the thief has been taken into custody, stolen items returned, the woman smiles at Shusuke. Thank you so much. The police would never have gotten here in time. Thank you, miss. I'm glad to have been of service. I have to go for a meeting now. Thanks again. Mayumi, could you spare a few minutes tonight? I need to talk to you. Of course. Actually, I was hoping we'd talk soon. It'll be good for you to open up to someone about what's bothering you. You're right. It's getting to be too much. This gloomy atmosphere is unbearable. I feel like it's impossible to be optimistic. Think of it as a test of our strength. Other people, maybe even people who created popular anime, probably faced similar issues in the past. They made it, and we will too. I hope so. I'm certain of it. Can you spread your optimism to Yuko and Sumiko? They seem really stressed out. If we let things continue like this, I'm afraid everything will fall to pieces. Don't worry, we'll discuss everything tonight. That promise sustains Yukari through a stressful day at the studio. When night comes, she meets up with Mayumi so they can talk over dinner. So what do you want to talk about? A few things about mainly the morale of the group. I don't quite understand why Yuko and Sumiko still seem so down. It's not their fault. We even told Sumiko outright not to blame herself. Am I missing something? It's pretty simple. Even if they know we don't blame them, they still feel responsible. The delayed art assets and Sumiko's sickness put us behind the schedule. They're as enthusiastic about Dark World as any of us. Imagine how you'd feel if your role in the project was what delayed us. Yeah, I'd feel horrible. Anyone would. I'll talk to them. Maybe I can cheer them up. Sounds like an awesome idea. I'd like to talk to them with you, but I probably wouldn't be any good at it. I'm too stressed about raising funds. I haven't even done any work on the storyboards because I can't stop worrying. I keep thinking, what if we don't raise money? Will we have to shut down the project even after all the work we put into it? You're overthinking it. Don't worry. In the worst case scenario, we'll use our savings to stay afloat until we get investments. We aren't going to give up that easily. Thanks. That makes me feel a lot better. Anytime. Anything. And thanks for always being there for me. I wouldn't know what to do without you. That's what best friends are for, right? Yukari smiles. Talking to Mayumi has lifted a weight from her shoulders. She can breathe easier now. By the way, if we want to start animating the characters next week, we'll need to ask Yuko to increase the pace of her work. I checked our art assets and there's quite a bit of work untouched. I know, this is a bad time to pressure her, but I understand we need to do what's best for Dark World. I'll tell her tomorrow to be sure to talk to her and Sumiko soon. If they're already feeling down, it might be hard for them to cope with extra pressure. Don't worry, I will. I know I can count on you. After lunch, Mayumi walks back towards the studio when a sign makes her freeze. Clearance sale. No way, ABC store is closing down. Everything's half price or cheaper. She looks at the jewelry on display she's had her eye on for quite some time, but it was always too expensive before. True, her lunch break isn't long enough for shopping spree, but a chance like this will probably never come again. Mayumi reluctantly returns back to the office. Hey, did you see ABC stores going out of business? They're having an epic sale. I got this bangle for just $5. I should have gone in. Yuko, what's the status on the character designs? The side characters are almost done. We only have a few left to go, then they'll need some minor touch-ups here and there. How long do you think it'll take to finish everything? They should be ready next week. Is there any way you can finish them sooner? We have to start outsourcing the animation next week. It'll take time to set things up with the studio, so we need to have the characters ready. I know it's a lot to ask, especially when you covered Sumiko's work when she was sick, but I need you to work harder. I understand, I'll take care of it. Just don't neglect your health due to work, okay? We have to pull through this together. I won't. I wouldn't want to delay us by getting sick. No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant for your own sake. Yuko nods, but Yukari can tell she's only disheartened her further. Yukari sighs and returns to her desk. Maybe Mayumi can salvage that situation. As Yukari gets back to work, an email notification pops up. She checks and her heart leaps. It's from one of the investors she's contacted, and he's interested in Dark World. Yes! Yukari's exclamation attracts Shunsuke's attention. What is it? Do you secure new investors? Not yet, but one of the investors I tried to get in touch with replied to me. He's from a notable company too. If we manage to clinch this deal, we won't have to worry about money anymore. See, all your hard work paid off in the end. I'm sure you'll convince him and bring him on board with us. I hope so. He seems really interested. He asked to meet up with me so we can discuss Dark World. She beams at the team, hardly able to contain her excitement. I think this is the moment we've been waiting for. As the others talk about how exciting it is to finally have a new source of funding within sight, Yukari gathers up all the documents she'll need to show the investor. With any luck, they'll convince them to Dark World is worth it. It's do or die. Once she has the documents packed up, she replies to the email and asks them if they can meet for lunch to discuss Dark World. She holds her breath as she hits send, and then she waits and waits. Since it took him so long to reply for her initial email, she tries not to get too impatient. Instead, she practices in her mind what she wants to say to him. After work, Mayumi approaches Yuko and Sumiko. Yukari tosses her a relieved smile and then leaves so they can speak in private. A few hours later, Yukari receives 2 messages. The first is from Mayumi about the outcome of her chat with Yuko and Sumiko. She cleared up their concerns, and both sisters left the studio feeling recharged, energized, and ready to finish the art for Dark World. The second is from an investor, asking if they can meet up on Friday. My heart's pounding. Do you think I should offer to foot the bill for lunch? Those things don't matter. Remember why you're going there. You need to convince him it's a great idea to invest in Dark World. I want to make a good impression. You're overthinking this. You'd be much better off thinking about the kinds of questions he'll ask. Yeah, I know it's gonna be really bad. I'm not good at shit like this. After all, it'll be really awkward if you can't answer his questions. Why didn't I think of that? But her mind goes blank. With the meeting so close, she can't focus on anything. All she can think about is how Dark World might be doomed if she messes this up. Lightheaded, she grips the edges of her desk and tries to breathe. She needs to focus on the questions so things don't go wrong, but she can't. What will the investors ask? What if things go wrong? He'll probably ask the basic questions. What differentiates Dark World from all the other animes out there? Do we have a roadmap? How much experience do we have? His calm voice steadies Yukari, and she takes a deep breath. She can answer those questions. Don't forget to stay calm and try not to stutter when you talk to him. Make sure you sound confident. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. Preparation is half the battle. What do you mean? If you're well prepared for this meeting, it'll be that much easier to convince him. Everything will be fine. Thank you, I'll start preparing now. She grabs a notebook and writes down the answers to the questions Shusuke suggested. She adds a few more things to mention about Dark World and thinks about other potential questions. I hope he doesn't ask anything too difficult. Nerves threaten to overtake her again, but her team members toss encouraging smiles with her way. With another deep breath, she rehearses the answers in her mind. Confidence, preparation, she can do this. Oh man, there's still about 20 minutes before we're supposed to meet. Maybe I arrived too early. Better to be early than late though. That would give him a bad impression of me from the start. She finds a seat. Thoughts of the upcoming meeting still have her on her edge, so she checks through all the materials she brought to make sure she didn't forget something. Everything is there. She runs over the questions again to her mind and then checks her social media networks to relax. After a little while, a man dressed in a business suit carrying a briefcase enters the restaurant. Yukari's mouth goes dry. It must be him. She waves and he approaches her table. I think I'm going to have to answer some of the questions now. Yukari? Yes? He takes the seat across from her and smiles. She breathes a little easier. It's good to meet you. How is the development of Dark World going? Although her heart hammers against her chest, her practiced answers spring to her lips. We're doing great. Next week we're going to start the animation work. However, we'll soon run out of funds, which is why I've been looking for investors. Well, the idea of Dark World intrigues me. I discussed it with my company last week and we might be interested in investing in it. Could you tell me more details about Dark World? Of course. The main character of Dark World has a normal life until an article in an old newspaper leads him to discover an underground chamber. What he doesn't know is that he's on the edge of an ancient conspiracy and the conspirators will kill him rather than risk a witness. Would you say your focus is more on action scenes for the conspiracy itself? Definitely action. We want it to be the sort of anime where anyone watching can follow along, but fans who really care will be able to dig deeper into the conspiracy and lore. What's your current progress? Yukari makes a mental note to thank Shunsuke again if this works out. Most of these are the questions she went over in her mind, nothing too difficult so far. We're currently in between writing scenarios for the episodes and working on production for Dark World. The art is coming along nicely and we'll begin outsourcing the animation soon. Do you have a schedule drafted up? Yes, I brought her schedule with me. Yukari opens her bag and finds the documents she brought. She passes them to the investor. He scans the documents and smiles. It looks like you planned things out very well for Dark World. It looks promising. He opens his briefcase and pulls out a paper which he hands to Yukari. Her breath catches in her throat as she takes it. I had a hunch I'd be pleased with your team, so I brought the contract along with me. Take your time to read it. You can sign it now or later, whichever you prefer. Yes, they did it. They got an investor interested in it. Yukari can barely contain her excitement. She wants to scream and jump in the air for joy. However, she still needs to appear professional, so she clears her throat and speaks in a voice much calmer than how she feels. Thank you. I'll look it over now. She reads the contract carefully. It seems like a pretty good deal, with nothing she needs to think about or consult the team on. When she reaches the end, she gives it one final scan and then signs it. Wonderful. I expect to see great things from Dark World. I'll check on your progress from time to time. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Thank you. I'm happy to work with you too. We'll make Dark World an experience people won't forget. I have a meeting soon, so I'll need to leave now unless there's something else you wanted to discuss. That's everything for now. Have a good day. You as well. Goodbye. The moment he's out the door, Yukari pulls out her phone and texts her friends to let them know what happened. Replies come almost immediately. Everyone wants to celebrate with the feast. You certainly can't argue with that. Alright, Yukari, that was amazing. Now we can focus on producing Dark World. Congratulations. How did you convince him? Were the questions hard? Were you nervous? Honestly, I was pretty nervous, but the questions he asked me weren't too difficult. From there, everything worked out. She looks at Shunsuke. Thank you again for suggesting questions he might ask. Anytime. And now we have funding. What did it feel like when he handed you the contract? Very surreal. She laughs. Part of me still can't believe it really happened. Not everyone gets a chance to talk with investors like you did, especially not as young as you are. I knew you could do it. Let's not get ahead of ourselves though. We've solved our funding problem, but we still have other important issues to take care of. It's not over yet. Still, with the afternoon success, she feels like she can handle anything. Mayumi, Shunsuke, we need to discuss outsourcing work for Dark World. Yuko and Sumiko, you should continue working on the art so we'll meet our schedule for Dark World. What would you be talking about? Delegating tasks and going over any potential concerns. Sounds interesting. I wish I could help. Just because you aren't involved with this doesn't mean you can't help. Your art is one of the most important things we need right now. Yuko nods. She and Sumiko head back to their desk to work on the art for Dark World. Yukari returns her attention to the other two. Have either of you had experience with hiring freelancers? Silence. Right, so we're all greenhorns. That makes it more likely things will go wrong without us noticing. I'm sure it won't be that bad, but there's nothing wrong with preparing for the worst. For now, let's delegate tasks. Mayumi, as the sound editor, you should be in charge of everything related to our audio. In particular, we need to hire voice actors and find a suitable studio where we can record our script, as well as the opening and ending songs. Okay, I can do that. That leaves animation work and handling matters at the studio. I don't have any expertise when it comes to animation, so I'll manage the studio. I'll let you know if anything important happens. Okay, then I'll supervise the outsourced animation work. This arrangement seems pretty good. Once I start composing the music for Dark World, though, I'll need some help. Composing takes a lot of time, so I won't be able to supervise all the recording sessions after that. Who do you think should take over supervising? You? Me? But I don't know a lot about music. How will I know if it's going well or not? Don't worry, you can attend a few recording sessions with me, and I'll make sure you learn what to listen for. Besides, you have the clearest picture of what Dark World should be like. You'll know if the music doesn't sound right. Just remember, this is action. If your heart pounds, that's good. If you feel drowsy, that's bad. Yukari smiles. Alright, is there anything else we need to discuss? Not that I know of. Nope. Great, then I'll see everyone tonight for dinner. I hereby call tonight's We Got Funded celebration to order. Everyone laughs. For once, no one talks about problems or worries. They have an investor, and Dark World seems closer to becoming a reality than ever before. It's a night for celebration and relaxation. As Yukari looks around at her team members, she feels better than she has in weeks. Oh, I almost forgot. Want to hear what happened to me the other day? No, what? Sumiko, they don't want to hear this story. Yes, they do. No, they don't. Look at them. They're practically on the edge of their seats. Everyone, trust me, you don't want to hear this story. Now you're making me curious. See? She shoots her sisters in triumphant look. Yuko, she just shakes her head and turns her attention to her meal as the story begins. Yuko and I went shopping for groceries on our way home. Since we had a lot to buy, we took the bus instead of walking home. Well, the bus was really crowded, so we couldn't find two seats together. Guess who I sat by? A celebrity? Someone who knew about Dark World. An old friend you haven't seen in years? Wrong, wrong, and wrong. An interplanetary traveler. For a long moment, no one speaks. They just stare at Sumiko while Yuko covers her face and looks like she wants to disappear. Yukari runs over the words in her mind and tries to make sense of them. At last, Shunsuke breaks the silence with a tentative guess. So, an astronaut? What the fuck? Not exactly. See, he was abducted by aliens a few months ago, but they became his friends. Now he gets to go on trips through space, underwater too. Have you ever heard of USOs? It was the worst bus trip of my entire life. Everyone was quiet except for this conspiracy theorist guy. And my sister and I wanted to pretend I didn't know her. But she couldn't because I still had a half of our groceries. They exchanged glances and laughed. So you believe in aliens, Sumiko, and you don't, Yuko? Right. It's good to know one of you has common sense. Thanks. I wasn't talking about you. You two are very different, aren't you? It took you this long to figure it out. No, but you're so close. It's nice to see people who don't let their differences drive them apart. We are sisters after all. I'll do anything for Sumiko. Even if she does get into embarrassing conversations on the bus. Now, Sumiko, let me explain to you why aliens can't possibly exist. Oh, brother, this ought to be good. As they debate, Yukari leans back in her seat and smiles to herself. Their group has come a long way since the beginning. At first, she worried they might clash when they work together, but they've turned into a cohesive team. Someday, she hopes they all have a bond as strong as the one shared by Sumiko and Yuko. Another weekend arrives and Yukari decides to... The storyboard drafts are finished and Yukari has already gone through the first episode again to make changes. Over the weekend, she polishes it up until she's satisfied, enough to consider the first episode's storyboard complete. Damn, look at that. Even more money now. Anime status. So, alright, so it's 43 minutes. Hey, look, it's not going bad. The story's going really well. So, character development, dude. I gotta put some character development into this shit. So, outsource. So, character development, animation is a big thing that I need, and then opening and ending. So that's gonna cost about a good chunk of money right there, but it's going there, you see. Not too bad. Okay. Okay, let's let you relax. I don't know, honestly. I don't know if how high it is. I don't know if it means like that it's good or if it's bad, honestly. I really don't know. His stress is all the way down. His happiness is fucking high. I don't know, dude. Okay, we'll do that. Let's do this because I really don't know. Like, I'm trying to see, like I'm trying to figure out if low means that they're not happy and shit like that, or if high is really good. I really don't know, but I should probably just get it done now. Alright, so let's save here. Let's leave it like that. So anyways, if you guys like the video, hit that like button. Before anything, before I start, saying my ending of this, I'm getting stressed out already about how it's going on. Like, I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to see if, because I know there's a lot of games out there that when it increases, it means that it's a good thing, and when it decreases, it's a bad thing. But then there's times that there are some games I've played that when the bar is full, that means that it's not a good thing, and then when it's really completely low, then it's like really, good, so that's why I'm like confused how this is going. So, but other than that, we'll see how it goes. Shunsuke seems, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he is fucking pissed. I don't know if he's more stressed than he is anything. I really don't know what's going on, you guys. I'm just confused right now. But anyways, if you guys like the video, hit that like button. If you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate it. If you guys haven't yet, hit that notification bell, notify you when I upload a new video or when I am streaming. Other than that, I hope to see you guys on the next video. So see you guys later.